You might be surprised to know that a 10,000 rupees investment in Sensex 40 years ago would have been nearly rupees 50 lakhs today. If done well, stock investments can change your entire life. And with this hope and optimism, I welcome you to the last chapter of this basic course on the Indian stock market. We have learned what is the stock market, how does someone makes and lose money in the market. We have busted the stock market myths, talked about indices, explored trading, active and passive investments, talked about brokers and other risks and traps that are there in the market. No, this is not all, but yeah, good enough to propel you to the next level. So today we will discuss things and resources that you need to start with your investments in the stock market. Number 1. Understand your investor profile. Every investor is unique and has a specific investment requirement. Let's say that there are two investors, A and B, who are planning to invest in the stock market with a financial goal of accumulating around 15 lakhs for the higher education of their children. A has a high risk appetite and wants to raise the amount in 7 years. On the other hand, B has a medium risk appetite and has 10 years before he would need the money. Also, both A and B are active investors with an investment portfolio consisting of mutual funds, fixed deposit, stocks, etc. Now, can the same investment approach work for both A and B? Now, you don't need to be an investment expert to answer this question, right? They would both need different investment strategies to fulfill their financial goals. So, before you start with your investments, ask yourself these three fundamental questions. Number 1. What are my financial goals? Am I creating a pool for retirement? Or are these investments would be used to buy a house? Your financial goals will help you understand the investment horizon and risk that you are willing to take. Number 2. For how long can I stay invested? If you look at the historical data, then stock investments have generated good returns over long term. Hence, an investment horizon of 10 to 15 years is considered ideal. But if your financial goals demand a shorter horizon, then you might want to create a diversified portfolio that helps you fulfill your goals within the laid down time. Number 3. What is my risk tolerance? Understanding investment risks and your tolerance level is critical for successful investments. Every individual has a different tolerance to risk. When you invest in the stock market, your principal amount is exposed to several types of risk like market risk, headline risk, regulation risk, etc. Now we have discussed all these kind of risks in chapter number 13. You can click on the I button to watch that video. So these risks indicate the possibility of losing a part of your invested capital. There is a simple equation that you need to keep in mind. Higher risk is equal to higher possible returns and vice versa. Hence, understanding how much risk you're comfortable taking is important. If you push yourself beyond your tolerance limit, then you'll make emotional decisions when the market starts moving unfavorably. The answer to these questions will help you define your investor profile and create an investment plan that is tailor-made for you. Number 2. Educating yourself. Educating yourself on something is very boring and tiring. The temptation of jumping into the market and making instant returns seems very appealing and logical to us. So people jump into the market, they have no knowledge, they have no clue, and they have over the moon expectations. So very few people actually make money. Market is a zero-sum game. So those 10% of the people who make money from the market need those 90% of the people to lose money. Someone has to lose the money for others to gain. So ideally one should learn as extensively as they can before jumping into the market. Number 3. Make a bundle of things to follow. There is so much noise once we choose to enter the market that we end up getting confused. Everybody is trying to sell us something or the other. Some people are selling stock names while the other lot is selling analysis softwares. It's important to choose what you want to follow and you have to stick with it. You can use IBEF, a government website for sectoral and industrial analysis. You can use Moneycontrol for market related news and updates. Investing.com is now similar to Moneycontrol, but it's meant for analyzing the international markets. Screener can be used for reading P&L statements and balance sheets of a company. These tools are all free to use. You can find their link in the description. Number 4. Having realistic expectations. Last night, I was going through YouTube and I came across this video. This guy is promising something which I doubt would ever happen. People make these kind of videos to gain views and engagement on their channel, but it doesn't end well for the retail investors. They invest and then they lose. They get terrified, they quit investments, and then they don't allow their next two generations to get into the equity market. On trading forums, YouTube comments, and Quora, people ask questions like, I have 2000 rupees and I want to double my money. They have 10,000 in their account and they want to earn 10% doing intraday every day. They have 5,000 and they want to make 1 lakh rupees in 3 years. Now, these are like extremely unrealistic expectations. It's very improbable that such a return can be ever achieved. You either have to be very lucky or you have to have a time machine so that you can predict the future as per your convenience. See, it is important to have realistic expectations about how much you can get. Now, if the index is giving 10% returns and you are aiming for 15 to 18% return per annum, then even that is reasonable and possible. But if the index is going up by 8% every year and you want to get 800% returns, then please go to Vegas, my friend. You do not belong here. Number 5. Monitor your investments regularly and keep investing. A stock market is a volatile place. Every major event happening in any part of the world impacts the performance of stocks in all the countries. Hence, when the trade war was at its peak between the US and the China in 2019, stocks in India were responding to the positive and negative news. A proactive investor keeps track of such major global and national events and keeps rebalancing his portfolio as needed. See, learning how to invest in stocks might take a little time, but you'll be on your way to building wealth when you get the hang of it. Read various investment websites, read about different sectors and industries, and diversify your portfolio to hedge against the risk. When we hit the gym, we don't use all the machines, right? We just use what is suitable for us. The same is true for investments. You don't need to own all the stocks. Just pick up those stocks that fits into your investment framework. Keep your risk tolerance and financial goals in mind, and you'll be able to call yourself a shareholder before you even know it. So, summarizing what we learned today, as an investor, it's important for you to figure out your financial goals, investment horizon, and risk appetite. You should do all these things before starting with your investments. Number 2, there is no alternative to educating yourself before jumping into the stock market. Number 3, having realistic expectations is extremely important. Number 4, monitoring your portfolio and rebalancing as needed is the key to wealth creation. Now, as always, I'd like to end the video by giving you a call to action. Download the apps which I discussed today and go through them once. You can find all the links in the description. So that's it, guys. This would be all from my side in this basic stock market course. Do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel in case you haven't done it yet. It would be a testimony of me providing valuable content to you people. Drop down a comment to give a feedback about this entire course. I would really love to hear from you people. You can always reach out to me on my WhatsApp number in case you have any doubts about the market. I have given the link of my WhatsApp number in the description. If you have not watched the entire course, you can click on the I button to watch it now. I'd be back soon with better stories and content and would keep enriching your financial knowledge. So thank you for bearing with me throughout the entire course, guys. This is Srijan Barnwal signing off until we meet again.